Did you know you cannot live without high quality air, high quality water, and high quality fats and proteins? Emphasis on high quality fats, since fats, especially animal fats from red meat and pork, have been vilified. Why is that? They have been vilified because of faulty research, funny money going in to distort the science, and then they get to pick from the scientific results that they want. How is it that the people who are making drugs, making food, putting food additives in, adding sugar, adding artificial flavors, artificial coloring, vegetable oil, processed vegetable oils, hydrogenated vegetable oils? How are they the ones that get to do the research and then handpick what they want? They can do 10 research studies, and in those 10 research studies, if two of them support what they wanted to say, they can handpick those two and discard the rest, and we'll never know about it. But scientists and doctors are catching on now. They've known for a while. There's funny science going on out there, and it's not real science. It's not, but it's been out there for so long, and the lines, i.e. the programs, the computer program has been out there so long that your minds have been programmed with it, so you can't think outside of it anymore. It just seems right. It just feels right. And it's being promoted to you on the news, on the TV, in the movies, in the media, everywhere you look, in the advertising, in the stores, in the grocery stores, where now 74% of all food products have added sugar. And we know sugar is a toxin. We know vegetable oils are a toxin. And we know these food additives are a toxin. But you have to have clean air, clean water, and you must have cholesterol and saturated fats to survive. Of course, you have to have good, high quality, well-balanced proteins. And usually those proteins come in the form of a meat product, preferably number one on the list, grass-fed, grass-finished red meat, beef, lamb, preferably pasture-raised chicken, and wild-caught fish. The pork is different. If the pork is heritage-raised, eating its natural diet, out foraging, that'll be all right. But most of the pigs are not being raised that way. They're being raised like the cows are being raised, being fed mostly some kind of corn mulch, which is not their natural diet, and therefore they can't make the natural omega-3s and CLAs, which is a fatty acid. They can't make these coenzymes, and so I mean they can't make stuff that's not put into their diet. Their diet should be grass. They should be allowed to roam. They should be allowed to get some exercise. That is not how they are. They must be from birth to 6 months taken to market, and they're taking the market sick. So I just want to remind you about that. To me, the conundrum and the sickness is so much sugar in the diet, so much processed food, till it becomes normal. If you go into a movie theater today, they're counting on you buying up as much junk as possible. And I tell you, folks, you vote with your currency, you vote with your money, you vote with those dollars. And you want these places to change and offer healthy alternatives. They will, if you stop buying the crap. You must stop buying the crap and insist on high quality food and nutrition wherever you are. The fast food industry has to be redone. The food industry has to be redone. We cannot have chemtrails being sprayed all over the place that we have to breathe in. We cannot have the water supply, especially the city water, the tap water, being so unclean as to be undrinkable and full of chemicals. So that's insane. And we got everybody on medication. Everybody's on a statin drug. Oh, yeah, your LDL is elevated. We got to put you on a statin drug. No, you don't. Who told you that? We got to do a little bit more work than that. But this is where the lazy doctor syndrome comes in. Lazy doctor syndrome. Why? Because they go with the program. They're programmed. You want doctors that are metaphysicians out that don't think outside of the program and keep up with the latest research and understands what that research means. Not just following the program. See, a real scientist has to question everything. Why am I doing this? Am I benefiting the patient? Am I benefiting myself? Because the things that you do for your patient, you probably should be doing for yourself if it's healthy. But it is not. I'm going to share a story on Instagram. I'm not going to do it here. I'm going to sign off here. I just want to keep in contact with you about this health thing. Because really, when we look at health from the smallest metabolical issue, it becomes damage to the mitochondrial system, which is the energy generating system intracellularly of the cell itself, which therefore is the energy generating system of the entire body, from brain to your toe. If your mitochondrial systems are being damaged, then whatever it's a part of cannot function at 100%. And then you get to 70% function, 50% functioning, 20% functioning of an organ because of mitochondrial damage, because of damage to your energy generating system. And remember, my whole premise has been about energetics on every level. But we now know, just from research, that all disease comes from damage to the mitochondria. And what's the number one thing that damages the mitochondria? Sugar. Insulin resistance. High insulin levels, which then wreak havoc on the whole body because they're not supposed to be high. They're supposed to go up, and they're supposed to come back down and stay down. Supposed to go up when you eat, and then it's supposed to come back down. But if you keep eating foods that keep it spiked, keep it going higher, and then it just stays up, now you have chronically elevated insulin. You're going to end up with fatty acid liver disease, and you're going to end up ultimately with mitochondrial dysfunction all over the body. And your energy levels are going to plummet. And when you begin to fix yourself, the first thing that you notice that you're on the right path is your energy begins to return. You want to work out. You want to go out. You want to socialize. You want to study. You want to connect to others. That's your energy coming back. But most of you have not felt what it is to be in a high energy state for quite a while. I don't blame you. Part of it's your fault, but part of it is we are in a system that is quite challenging right now. It's very difficult to wake up and discover the truth. This is why intuition. This is why self-knowledge. This is why constantly being on a path of self-expansion, personal evolution personal growth, spiritual growth, consciousness expansion is important. Matter of fact, you cannot be with me in my personal space, in my personal group of friends, which are few and far between now, because if you're not committed to personal growth, if you're not committed to improving yourself on every single level, every single day, you're not going to last long with me. I'm going to just move past you. I don't have to break up with you. I don't have to tell you you're no good. There's nothing to do with that. I'm just going to simply move past you. And with that, I'm going to stop. And remember, it's all about energy. If you don't know what the mitochondria are, that's where your fats, preferably in the form of ketones, and your sugar, preferably in the form of glucose, gets metabolized and turned into energy. And as scientists, we call that energy ATP, adenosine triphosphate. That is the energy that powers everything in the human body. Go learn about it. Go learn about the Krebs cycles, the carnitine cycles. Don't memorize it. Just know that there's a cycle for that, and it's located in the mitochondria. See, they teach these things, and they don't tell you exactly where it's located and why it's so important. Structure and function, structure and function. Conceptual frameworks so that we can learn and learn quickly. See you later.